People forget that everything around them is actually designed. So your chair that you sit on all day at work, or the countertop that you're standing on that you're cooking at, the cars that you go into, the roads, the cities, every single thing, our clothing, jewelry, everything is designed. Hey guys, it's Amanda Hamilton, and today I'm sharing with you the Aspen house that we finished a little while ago and are very excited to show you today. I'm intense, I have a lot of energy, but I think, I'm really passionate about design. I really enjoy it, and I really wholeheartedly, put everything I have into a project. This is the foyer. And the concept for this was to bring some art into this otherwise quite white space.
We interviewed her. We also interviewed 3 or 4 other designers. The reason we picked her, she was young, vibrant, energetic, kind of just starting her company, had some really fresh ideas.
This is the living space, and our concept for this room was really to invite conversation.
When we interviewed designers and hearing feedback from other people that have used designers, sometimes they want to make the decision for you in regards to what's in your house. But she was great that she gave us a couple options and helped us guide us through some of those decisions, but didn't say, okay, you need to do this or you need to do that.
The next part of the house, and the client's most favorite part of the house, is actually the kitchen.
I love our kitchen. We entertain a lot, we have a lot of friends over. Our whole family spends time in there. Like my kids, all they do is spend time in the kitchen now.
Another interesting feature about this house is the nano wall. Basically, this entire glass area retracts and opens up to the client's patio. I'm just going to get my workout in here and see if I can open this for you.
She is pretty funny, so her sense of humor is great. So, when you're stressed out and you're trying to figure out things, she always kind of puts some laughter into, a situation, which I think also helped.
I'm busy having my hair fixed right now, okay? Can you not interrupt me? I need a little bit of powder, right? No, I wish. I would like jelly beans, but only the pink ones. I don't even like jelly beans. They can come in and hone that right on site. I suppose, when I really thought that I was going to go into business was probably when I first got out into the work world. So, I think if she wants to replace them, then...
She identified when she graduated who she wanted to work for specifically and clearly knew why she wanted to be there, with the intention being ultimately that she wanted to have her own practice.
When I got into the industry, I really wanted to be able to communicate the things that I was thinking and feeling creatively. And when you're working for somebody else, there's a little bit of compromise there. And you do have to work with the clients that are sort of given to you and with the people that were chosen to work with, which, I have some great experiences from that, but I kind of always naturally fell into a leadership position, and so I wanted to be able to lead my own projects. This project is 80th and Ivy, and we've been working on this for almost a year now. We wanted to sort of evoke an old world feeling. We wanted it to encourage people to have conversation and really a place for you to be social and to share with friends and family.
This is a business of 1,000 details, but when it comes to the actual design, every little detail is important, because I think we've all been in restaurants which are laid out great, but have the wrong colors, have the wrong materials, the wrong finishes, and you're like, what happened? And I can honestly say I've never had that experience at all working with Amanda.
What is the functionality of the restaurant? Who's their target demographic? There's maintenance, everything. It's just so different. So if all of these things are not thought about and then taken to the step of the creative where their branding and their name, everything, their menus and the vibe all flow together, I think people read that as a disconnect. And I think that's why, some places fail.
The word I like to use is feisty. And she has an ability to definitely speak her mind. An example in our last project, we disagreed on one thing, and it was one of the rare things that I was right on. And she had no problem saying, you know what, yeah, you're right, I'm wrong. For the most part, that rarely happens, but when it does, I really glorify the experience. When you're renovating a building built in the 40s or the 50s, there's always obstacles that arise. Instead of dwelling on the problem, she solves the problem. And I think that's a critical thing for a designer, because nothing ever goes the way it should. I really believe food is the most integral part of any restaurant, food and service. But let's be honest, design, it creates that statement, creates the atmosphere, creates that hub and that excitement people want to talk about. And I think really, and I've always said to her, 80th and Ivy is going to be, is going to be a great statement for you. I think, this is going to be a restaurant you've taken from start to finish in terms of design, and I think you're going to be able to put your stamp of approval on it. And I think a lot of people are going to take notice, especially on a high volume, high density, high visible street like 17th Avenue here in Calgary.
Ashley and I have been good friends since the very first year of design school. Little does she know she was just getting herself into trouble.
I saw her from across the room, and she's a very strong personality, as I'm sure you've gathered by now.
She used to be quite shy, which you'd never guess now.
She seems like a girl I want to be friends with.
I need to be friends with her. She looks cool.
We just hit it off and immediately been friends ever since.
I don't love this.
Amanda has this philosophy, design like you give a damn, and she lives by it wholeheartedly. So I think a lot of designers this day and age have their cookie cutter look, and they stick to a lot of what they know. And Amanda's not afraid to jump into what she doesn't know and to look beyond her regular scope of work and say, how can we make this better? And I think that's what a great designer is always pushing those boundaries.
When she did succeed at something from an educational perspective, it was like, well, I could have done that better.
It's all about the relationships that you have with people. So at the end of the day, again, a client might not be 100% happy with something, but if you have an incredible relationship with them, you're able to work through those things. And those are the types of things that allow your business to grow and that get you more work and give you the reputation in the community that you want.
We had a very good relationship back and forth, and she would recommend a couple things and we're like, okay, let's do this then.
She does have the confidence, she has the vision, she has the determination, she has that patience. And you know what, just like every entrepreneur, you question things. You question the status quo, and that's what makes you successful. And I think she's done all those things.
In 5 years, I see my business hopefully growing. I always want to stay boutique sized because I like to be very engaged and work closely with my clients. However, I really do love business, and I am hoping to get into a role that's a little bit more geared towards creative direction. So it may not just necessarily be interior design, where I will still always be engaged in that. But I really love coming up with ideas. I really love meeting with business owners, and I love to talk about sort of their business from a creative standpoint and where they see themselves going. So hopefully that will be something that I get a little bit more involved with in the future. I don't know, who knows? I guess we'll just wait and see.